Well, I'm with Pearse Doherty here. Pearse, we're in the realms of speculation up to a point, but things looking very good. Personally, you're going to be elected on the first count by the looks of things. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And the party polling very well. Just summarise how you see things at the moment.
Look, it's fantastic. I'm looking at the board there, and we're close to 20,000 votes from myself personally. Patrick McLaughlin right behind me, going to be elected here, and Noel Jordan has polled really, really well. So our vote in the county has really, really held up, and we're delighted with that. We're delighted that people have come out and said that Sinn Féin is the party for them. We are the people's choice in Donegal, and that's hugely humbling for us. And we know the challenge now that we have to do when we get elected to represent this part of the island, this county, in the way that they need it.
42% of the first preference votes. Why do people think Sinn Féin are the party for Donegal, Pearse, do you think?
Because we have the solutions and we have the integrity, and we do the hard work on the ground in relation to putting the issues of Donegal front and centre. The government aren't obviously listening. The 100% redress has been a major issue in this county. You see the number of families who are left behind, who are broken, and despite the fact that we have a new party here on that issue, very much people in their thousands have come to Sinn Féin because they recognise that they not only have an individual or a TD supporting them, they have a whole party supporting them when they get Sinn Féin. I must say Charles Ward's vote is fantastic, and I wouldn't be surprised at all if he's a TD by this time tomorrow in this county. I think he's polled really well. So look, people see myself, they see Padraig, they see our councillors on the ground, and they see the calibre of not only the work that we have, the work ethic, but also the solutions we have to make sure that Donegal is no longer a forgotten county.
Yeah, it's an incredible mandate from the people of Donegal. Is it disappointing that you might not give in to government carrying that mandate down there, Pearse?
Well, look, one step at a time. My first job obviously is to secure my own seat, sure, and then to secure Patrick McLaughlin's seat, and Noel Jordan is now to the running here. He's done really well. It was always going to be a challenge for that third seat. When the dust settles, when all the seats are filled across the state, we have to look at the numbers then and see if we can have a government without Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael. That's what we want, not because it's personal against those parties, it's because that's how you deliver the amount of change that's required. It's how you make sure that Donegal is front and centre. So I'm going to be playing a part in relation to that. When all these votes are counted, we'll be regrouping and seeing if an alternative government is possible, and if it is, we're going to run with that.
Because the trend has been for the last number of elections that no party's got a mandate to go into government on their own. The split's about 20-20-20, tens of percentage between yourself, Fine Gael, Sinn Féin and Fianna Fáil. But you guys need to get into government, really. You've been battering the door for a long time, Pearse. Is there a passageway there?
Well, look, like the last election 4.5 years ago, the people voted Sinn Féin number one. We won the people's vote. We had the majority over the other political parties. Going from the exit poll last night, we have to wait till the first counts are in, but going from the exit poll, that happened again in this election. We're the people's choice. It is other political parties that are grouping together to try and keep us out. They're not going to be able to do it on their own. Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael aren't going to be able to do it on their own. It's unlikely. So look, what we're going to do is talk to other parties and say, listen, we need an alternative. We tried this for 100 years. Look at what's happened, whether it's housing, health, cost of living. Let's see if we can put forward an alternative. But that all comes down to numbers at the end of the day. And look, at the end of the day, the people choose. So if we have the numbers along with other parties, we'll sit down with them first and foremost to see if we can have a government for change.
A strong message coming from Donegal?
Absolutely. Look, you just look at that there. This is two elections in a row. People, when we took 43, 44% of the vote in Donegal the last time, they thought it was a protest vote in Donegal. They thought it was, an angry vote in Donegal. Sinn Féin have done it again in this election, and that doesn't happen by chance. We have some of the best activists in the country, in this county. I am absolutely humbled at the fact during winter months, snowing and hailstone, rain and all the rest, we've had people out battering the doors, tramping the highways and byways, up the long lanes, convincing people about Sinn Féin that we are the future, that we are the solution. I was hugely humbled at the number of young people. When we talk about politics and we talk about, it's something for an older generation, the amount of young people, first-time voters that was part of my campaign is really great. And that's what the future is about. That's why I'm standing here, going to be elected later on this evening. It's about the future for my sons and for other people's sons and daughters, to make sure that they have a future not only in this country but in this county, that they can have a job, a decent way of living, and also that they can afford a house here and not have to take that plane to Australia or elsewhere. So that's